When you hear that an object passes by Mars, keep in mind that it is at a significant distance. Something truly unusual and alarming is happening in our solar system. An interstellar object known as Tri-I Atlas is surrounded by strange metallic anomalies that defy known laws of astrophysics, and their size and number are increasing fourfold at an unprecedented speed. This is not just a curious scientific observation, but a rapidly developing crisis that forces NASA to prepare for potentially devastating impacts on Mars. In just a few weeks, a unique interstellar comet named Tri-I Atlas is expected to pass closest to the Sun between the orbits of Mars and Earth. The scale of these growing metallic forms is simply astonishing, and their origin remains a deep mystery. Softly speaking, the consequences of this cosmic drama are impressive. Then the first visual confirmations appeared. High-quality images from powerful telescopes, such as the Hubble and James Webb telescopes, began to show small, interesting shapes clustered near the comet's core. At first, many scientists thought these were just artifacts of processing, perhaps dust particles, or optical illusions caused by comet emissions. But as the observation time increased and the data became clearer, the true nature of these anomalies became undeniable. These were clear, reflective structures, clearly not natural fragments of a comet. The most shocking fact was that these structures appeared to have geometric shapes, which immediately caused confusion and sparked intense speculation in the astronomical community. The situation shifted from perplexing to alarming when the scientists realized that these strange metallic anomalies were not static. In fact, they were not only growing, but also multiplying at an exponential rate. Initial observations showed that there might be a dozen small metallic objects, each about the size of a small car or around 14 feet in diameter. Over the course of several weeks, their numbers grew to several dozen, and their individual sizes increased to that of a small house, around 40 feet. Now, based on data from the last few months, their quantity has not just doubled or tripled, but increased fourfold. We examine hundreds of these structures, some now reaching over 60 feet, ominously hovering close to 3I and Atlas. Many have not noticed the clear sequence of this growth, a pattern that indicates something more organized than random cosmic processes. The consequences are astounding. Firstly, the composition of these objects is puzzling. Traditional comets are icy bodies, a mix of frozen water, carbon dioxide, methane, and other volatile compounds, often containing dust and rocks. However, these metallic anomalies suggest something entirely different. Metals such as nickel, iron, and even rarer elements seem to make up a significant part of their composition. This challenges our understanding of the formation and evolution of comets, especially regarding a body originating from another star system. Could this be a type of interstellar object previously unknown to science? The main problem NASA scientists are working on is the increasingly real threat of a collision with Mars. The comet Tri-I Atlas is currently on a trajectory that brings it dangerously close to the red planet. Although astronomers initially anticipated a close approach, the presence and growth of these metallic anomalies change the entire picture. They are not just tiny particles, but significant objects, each possessing tremendous momentum. If even a part of these structures separates or is ejected from the comet's gravitational field for some unknown internal reason, they could become independent projectiles. The danger lies not in a single powerful collision, but in the potential bombardment of a cluster of metal objects, turning Mars into a cosmic target. No one tells you that a single metallic projectile, even the size of a school bus, striking Mars can raise a dust cloud sufficient to alter the planet's already fragile atmosphere for decades. The consequences can be truly devastating. It's not just about Mars. You see, it's a question of understanding the very fabric of our universe. The origin of these metallic anomalies is the key to unraveling this mystery. Many people are fascinated by the idea of extraterrestrial intervention when something unusual happens in space. And although scientists quickly dismiss such assumptions without concrete evidence, the unusual nature of these quadrupling metallic objects makes it difficult to completely ignore the rumors. The question that torments many minds is whether these anomalies will continue to grow at such a rate, what they will become, and how this might affect the future of our Mars exploration. We are on the brink of discovering something truly unprecedented about space. The behavior of the comet indicates that it is far from a simple icy rock. Whispers of new physics. The astonishing acceleration of metallic anomalies around Tri-I Atlas truly puzzles researchers. It is not a gradual increase. This is the phenomenon of quadrupling, which means that the quantity and size of these objects seem to multiply by 4 during observed periods. This exponential expansion contradicts conventional astrophysical explanations. You see, Normal processes like gas release or even general fragmentation would not lead to such uniform and rapid multiplication of dense metallic structures. This makes many ponder the hidden forces acting on principles we do not yet understand. To put it mildly, this comet behaves in a way that breaks all known rules. One of the leading hypotheses suggests that Tri-I Atlas itself may be a completely new class of celestial object. Perhaps this is not a traditional comet at all, but something much more complex. A body whose core consists of exotic materials or operates on internal mechanisms unknown to science. The metallic anomalies may not be separate objects, but manifestations of a larger singular whole. Imagine a giant interstellar seed activated by the heat and radiation of our sun, beginning to unfurl and form metallic appendages. This would require a profound rethinking of how interstellar objects are formed and what they are capable of. The most shocking fact is that if the seed theory is true, it implies a level of self-organization or innate programming within the celestial body that currently exceeds our understanding. Another interesting thought concerns the possibility of localized powerful electromagnetic fields. What if three ocular atlases function as a kind of cosmic generator, creating intense magnetic fields that somehow combine freely floating metallic dust and gas into larger structured forms? We know that space is not absolutely empty. It is filled with charged particles and microscopic debris. If there is a mechanism on or inside a comet that allows for the aggregation of materials, especially heavier elements, and then rapidly develops them, it could explain the doubling effect. These fields can act as a star forge, attracting raw materials and shaping them. But what fuels such a colossal electromagnetic engine in an otherwise inert comet? This is the scientific puzzle that keeps researchers awake, visible everywhere when you pay attention to the rapid pace of data analysis. The idea of new physical laws is quietly whispered among the scientific elite. When observed phenomena cannot be explained by existing models, it often means our models are incomplete. Could strange metallic anomalies around three ocular atlases become the first observed evidence of previously theoretical forces or interactions? For example, some theories of quantum fields suggest that under extreme conditions, matter can behave unexpectedly, forming stable, complex structures where they shouldn't exist. Although it is quite speculative, the constant and rapid growth of these metal objects expands the boundaries of what we consider naturally possible. What no one talks about is that some researchers are beginning to revisit old abandoned theories that once seemed too absurd, in search of any explanation fitting the strange data coming from deep space research. The red planet is now directly in the path of these strange objects. Mars is in the crosshairs, with a doubling of strange metallic anomalies around three ocular atlases. The trajectory that once seemed like a simple, close flyby has turned into a serious threat. NASA is now actively preparing for a potential impact scenario, developing emergency plans that could be catastrophic for the red planet. This is not just a question of how a cosmic stone strikes Mars, but how a whole series of metallic objects can change the future of Martian research and potential colonization. The stakes are incredibly high. Mars, a planet with a diameter of about half that of Earth, or around 3,400 kilometers, is already facing a fragile atmospheric balance. Its atmosphere is extremely thin, less than 1% of Earth's atmospheric pressure, primarily composed of carbon dioxide. Although the planet has a long history of collisions with meteoroids, especially during its early formation, a concentrated impact of numerous metallic objects, some of which may reach hundreds of feet in diameter, could have unprecedented consequences. The most shocking fact is that even a single metallic body moving at tens of thousands of miles per hour can carve a crater several miles wide and eject a huge amount of dust and rocks into the already fragile Martian atmosphere. Many people dream of Mars as our next home, and it's quite understandable. We have several orbital stations, landers, and rovers that carefully study the surface and atmosphere of the planet in search of signs of past life and prepare for future human missions. For example, the rover Perseverance is currently collecting samples of rocks and soil, hoping to return them to Earth. A significant impact event or a series of such events could easily damage or destroy these invaluable resources. Moreover, the dust raised by the impacts can envelop the planet for months or even years, disrupting solar missions and making any future landings incredibly risky. Many do not notice that the disruption of the Martian atmosphere can also accelerate the leakage of remaining water vapor, making the planet even drier and less habitable. NASA's immediate concerns are related to the precise tracking of individual metallic anomalies. The task is enormous. These objects are relatively small compared to the main comet body, and their number, which is already in the hundreds and continues to grow, makes them difficult to monitor individually. Deep space networks, massive antennas, some reaching 70 meters in diameter, operate at their limits, collecting data that is then processed by supercomputers to model potential trajectories. But it's not that simple, and predicting the exact behavior of these multiplying metallic objects turns out to be an astronomical nightmare. Unpredictability, to put it mildly, pushes for unprecedented contingency planning. The possibility of planetary defense for Mars is being discussed, a concept usually reserved for Earth. While sending a mission to intercept an entire comet is impossible due to time and distance, the idea of targeting individual larger metallic fragments is being explored. This may include small, rapidly moving spacecraft designed to slightly shift or even break apart objects, hoping to redirect them away from Mars. Nevertheless, the technologies for rapid response to multitasking missions against rapidly multiplying objects remain largely theoretical. Moreover, if these anomalies are somehow capable of self-repair or self-replication, attempts to destroy them may inadvertently worsen the problem, creating even more threats. This is a high-stakes space game, and the mystery deepens, expanding the boundaries of our understanding of the possible. The response from NASA and other space agencies became a testament to human cooperation. Despite the seriousness of the threat, it united international efforts, with telescopes and scientific minds around the world combining resources and data. This common task underscores that in the face of cosmic uncertainties, cooperation is our most powerful tool. The development of advanced algorithms for tracking rapidly proliferating anomalies and accelerated research into potential threat mitigation strategies, even for Mars, represents a huge leap forward in planetary protection thinking. This is a clear demonstration of humanity's ability to adapt and innovate under pressure. Many did not notice that much of this work will lay the foundation for protecting Earth from future unforeseen interstellar threats. The amazing factor here is not just the strange metal, but how vast the cosmos it hints at is. The anomaly, Three Eyes, did not just appear. It may have traveled millions or even billions of miles from another star system, carrying its mysterious burden. Considering that the nearest star system to ours, Alpha Centauri, is about 4 light-years away, or roughly 23 trillion miles, one can imagine that an object like Three Eyes has traversed such vast distances and still arrived with active reproducing structures. This speaks of the resilience of cosmic phenomena and the incredible stability of the processes occurring within them. And this can be seen everywhere, considering how many star systems exist, each of which could potentially launch similar objects. In the future, the event Three Eyes will undoubtedly change the priorities of space missions and astronomical research, likely leading to increased focus on the early detection and characterization of interstellar objects, giving us more time to study them and prepare if necessary. There may be missions specifically designed to intercept and analyze such objects up close, to finally obtain a definitive answer about their composition and origin. This could be the impetus for the next great leap in space exploration, driven by deep mysteries brought from another star world. Strange metallic anomalies could become a catalyst for humanity's deeper understanding of the galactic tapestry. This whole situation makes you think, doesn't it? If these strange metallic anomalies are increasing so sharply, and NASA is preparing to strike Mars, are we really seeing the full picture? Or is there something much grander that we are just beginning to realize? This makes us doubt everything we thought about the universe and our secluded place in it. The saga of Atlas's Three Eyes and his mysterious metallic anomalies challenges all our notions. What do you think is really happening out there? Beyond, is this a natural phenomenon or something more?